What up, it's Troy. I wanted to share a quick insight with you that I believe can drastically improve your life. But I want to start with a little story. One of my favorite hobbies is to play chess. I started playing years ago, back in high school. I worked at a gym, the night shift, and I was bored, and so I found myself playing chess online. I don't know why, but I was drawn to playing chess, but I actually learned to fall in love with the game. To this day, I still love playing chess. But one of the things that takes place when you play a lot of chess is you start to notice patterns. And so you can see the board and you can see when your opponent is maybe building an offensive strategy or maybe a defensive strategy, or they're getting ready to attack here, because you start to see these patterns over and over again. And that understanding is something I use in my coaching to this day. It's something I look for with the people I work with or maybe the businesses I work with. I'm going, what are your patterns? And are these patterns good patterns that serve you and move you forward? Or are these patterns a pattern of distraction or a pattern that's gonna leave you to a negative outcome? But I've also learned to do that in my own life, and that's what I want to share with you. So recently I was dealing with some frustration, some anger around some stuff. And when that happens, I notice a pattern for me of getting kind of tight. My energy gets dense. I lose my humor, I lose my swagger, my brain gets kind of stiff is what it feels like. What I've noticed is when I start to have that pattern, there's a secondary pattern, which is me reaching for distractions. So maybe I'm spending more time working than I should. Maybe I'm reaching for screens. Maybe there's other coping patterns. Think about it, there's entire industries that are built just to distract human beings. So I noticed I was falling into that pattern as well. So finally I was like, damn man, I gotta deal with this. And so I finally spent time going into myself. Remember, the doorway to success opens inward, not outward. So oftentimes we're trying to change our reality outside of ourselves. That's a flawed strategy, because you have to find what's going on inside of yourself first. So I cleared everything out, I go inward, I sit with that energy over and over. And what I've learned over the years, that oftentimes when you're dealing with frustration, when you're dealing with anger, what's behind it is deep sadness. And think about it, as humans we set up expectations. Expectations for life, expectations for ourselves, expectations for others. And when those aren't met, how do you feel? You feel let down, you feel sad. So that's the core emotion that I was dealing with. Then finally I was like, damn, I gotta forgive myself, I gotta forgive some other people, I gotta let go a little bit more. And when you do that, you usually get this release. It's like this release of energy. And then you can start to flow once again, because energy needs to move. And so when you feel stifled, when you feel stuck in life, you're not allowing the energy to be moved. And that's exactly what I was doing. So what I want you to consider doing is looking for your own patterns in life. So maybe you're dealing with a tough situation. Maybe things at work aren't the way you like them to be. And what is the pattern that you do to distract yourself? Maybe you go home and you reach for the substance, you reach for the bottle, whatever that might be. Maybe you spend too much time on the TV. I've done all of these things myself, but at the time I was just in it. I couldn't see them as a pattern. I couldn't see that I was avoiding something. So think of your patterns and then go to the core of it and ask yourself, what am I avoiding? Your pattern is a window, an insight into helping you improve your life. And then once you understand your patterns, then you can start to see patterns in others, and that will help you in your leadership, in your influence, in your relationships, whatever it might be. I wanted to share that quick little insight with you, and I make these videos for you, so make sure you like, share, subscribe. It costs you nothing and it goes a long way. Till next time, peace.